And so, what's your name? Mom. What happened to you? Mom. But in my head, I'm like, I got shot. But all I could say was mom. Later, I found out that in head injuries all across the world, when you can't speak because of traumatic events, the one thing that you can say is mom. So I thought that was really beautiful.
Oh, wow.
The fitness world is changing. Fitness celebrities, expert trainers, bodybuilders, and athletes are learning how to redefine fit. On the Rethink, Fit, and Grow podcast, you're going to hear real-life stories from the heart, tales of transformation, and learn how you can be part of this worldwide movement. And now, it's time to Rethink, Fit, and Grow with your host, Della Fatui.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Rethink, Fit, and Grow podcast. This is where we bring you the stories of celebrities who have transformed their lives and have found the passion, and they are bringing it to the world to impact the world in a positive way. Today, I am super excited to bring you the cutest couple in the fitness world. I've got a chance to visit with these guys, and they are amazing. And I'm super psyched to bring you their stories. Let's get to know them a little bit. A.J, Quevedo, and Genevieve Burciaga. That's the super couple, the celebrities we're going to talk to today. A.J and his wife, Genevieve, have more than 30 years combined experience in peak performance, health, and longevity. Together, they work with their clients to assist in breakthroughs in health, beauty, fitness, and longevity. Genevieve Burciaga has a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, combining nutrition, ancient wisdom, spirituality, and modern science, supporting personal power in health and wellness. As for A.J, he is a speaker, longevity consultant, personal trainer, and fitness model with a passion in facilitating men and fathers to become authentic leaders in their communities and families. Healthjar lifestyle programs have transformed the lives of hundreds, helping them to become younger from inside out and take back their youthful radiance by supporting positive lifestyle changes, resulting in electrifying energy and natural joy. A.J is an avid mountain biker, skater, snowboarder, and motorcycle rider, while Genevieve loves playing in the dirt, looking up at the sky, attending retreats, and researching the latest and greatest in natural medical advancements. They live together in Boise, Idaho, with their 3 amazing children. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome on Rethink, Fit, and Grow podcast, the super couple, Genevieve and A.J. Welcome, you guys.
Yay. Yay. Thanks for having us.
Hello, everybody. Thank you.
It's absolutely my pleasure to have you here. Wonderful to have you here. Now, I got to ask you, did I say that correctly? Is it Boise, Idaho?
Boise.
It's Boise.
Boise.
Okay.
Yeah, like boy and then C, S-E.
Thank
boy,
you.
C.
I apologize about my lack of knowledge of American towns. Thank you guys for being here. It's exciting to getting to know you. Honestly, when I met you, I'm like, okay, the first thing that hit me was like, okay, this is a super cute couple. Do you get that a lot?
We do.
And I mean, to me, you not only talk the talk, but you walk the walk of what it is to live healthy life and healthy lifestyle. And you look young and you look vibrant and you look happy. So I want to know what your secrets are. I think that's what it comes down to. So we're gonna start with Genevieve. I want to know, Genevieve, how you started this journey. I mean, I read a little bit about your bio, but that doesn't go really deep. I want to know how it is that you got started on this journey. Did you always know all the stuff that you know today, how to live a 360 fantastic, healthy lifestyle? How did you get to know all of this?
Absolutely not. Definitely was just an ordinary child that listened to her parents and family and culture and did what they asked me to do. And we ate the standard American diet. We didn't do much exercising. We watched whatever we watched. We listened to whatever we listened to. There was no forethought or like a grand view of where our life was going. We were just kind of living day to day, pretty much on that automatic that I find a lot of people on. My biggest inspiration and motivation was meeting my husband at the age of 18. I had just gotten hired being a hostess at Mi Piace in Pasadena, which is an Italian restaurant. And my husband, A.J., was a manager at the bakery next door. And we got to talking, and he befriended me, and I thought him to be very, very interesting, super intelligent, and he was telling me things I've never, ever heard. And at first they were a little bit, I kind of got like, hey, like, why, a little defensive, I guess, when he brought up the fact that my milk drinking wasn't the best for me. And I even gave him the slogan, I'm like, milk does a body good. Like, what are you talking about? And he's all like, oh my goodness, like, I need to like share with you. And, I want to help you. I see you drinking milk with every meal. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I was brought up, build strong bones and all that good stuff. So I was defending my milk because of all these commercials and my family and all the indoctrination. But soon to find out, he just opened my world up to the almost complete opposite of what we're taught and what, how we live, the food pyramid and the food industry and schools and dietary, recommendations and doctors and Western medicine and all these things that I thought were, in benefit for me, at the end of the day, they're just businesses, and it's up to us to take personal responsibility for our own lives and our own health. And that's when I started putting health back into my hands, and I just went with it. Everything that he told me intrigued me. I researched, I read, I found these things to be true to me. And then I started implementing them in my life. By then, I was already a very young mother. I had my son at 16. So Nathan was 2 years old when I met AJ, and I started changing the way I fed my son and the way I communicated with my son and just everything. It was a trickle up and trickle down effect all around. My life changed for the better, and it's just gotten better since.
Wow. Sounds like you were ready to receive the information, because a lot of times when we have grown up in a certain environment with certain beliefs, we do put up a wall of defense because we don't want to believe that there's anything wrong with what we're doing. But it sounds like you were pretty open to change.
Yes, and if you ever get a chance to meet my husband personally, you'll understand why. He comes from his heart place, and just looking into his eyes and listening to his words, I knew he was trying to help me. I've not heard that type of tone and body language from another man since maybe my father. So it was just organic. It was natural. It was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, of course you're telling me the truth.
It's just melting my heart right now. So AJ, how is it that you were so savvy at such a young age?
Okay, well, my story begins when I was young. I was really into fitness and really into exports like skating, biking. And I wanted to be as strong and as fit as I could be. So I basically followed the American diet, which is I was told, milk does a body good, the standard American diet. And then when I was hitting about my early teens, about maybe 15, 16 years old, I really started to get extreme acne. Like I'm talking on my back, on my chest, like the size of quarters. And I didn't know what was going on. I had them on my face. I had just a lot of acne. And so I continued to just follow my diet and thinking that it was the best way for me to be healthy. I never really knew anything other than the standard American diet. It wasn't until a friend of mine turned me on and said, you might want to check out a naturopath. And this was like in the 80s. So it was still new, type of emerging medicine and science. So I was like, yeah, I'll go check it out. I did. And the lady suggested that I might stop drinking dairy. And I'm like, no way. Milk does a body good. It's for bones. It's for health. And she's like, well, yeah, it can be, but maybe it might not be working good with your constitution. Why don't you just stop lay off the dairy for a little bit and see how that works? And I did. I reluctantly did because I thought it was so healthy for me. And within a couple of weeks, I started to really clear up and I started to notice a change. I wasn't congested. I didn't have extreme pimples coming out anymore. I started to clear up my skin. I felt great. And I was like, wow, so what is this all about? I thought milk did a body good. So I did a little research and I found out it does do a body good if you have a cow in your backyard, you're drinking whole, raw organic milk, and maybe you're a child. But once you get a little bit older, it's not the same, especially with the kind of milk that we have in the industry, the way they produce it. It just doesn't have the same nutrients and minerals in it. So it really doesn't provide what they say it does. So that really opened me up. And I was like, wow, I cannot believe society, which I trust is lying to me, or the mainstream, it wouldn't be telling me the truth. I don't believe this. And so I started going down that rabbit hole, so to speak, and really dived into where the nutrition comes from, who provides it, what these businesses are doing, what kind of interest do they have. And, they're all businesses out there providing a service. It's up to us. Like my wife Genevieve says, whether we want to contribute or not. And I just started seeing I could find out the truth about these products and this type of industry. And I did. And once I started to step away and started to really shift towards a natural lifestyle. And I started to really see the truth between what was going on with the advertisement and then what was going on with our bodies and the health of my family. So, yeah. So when I met Genevieve, I was basically just kind to...
you were excited about what you knew, right?
Yeah.
So you brought up a very good point, and I think it's about personal responsibility. And I think that goes far when it comes to our health, but also everything else, I'm a firm believer that we need to take that personal responsibility, that we can't just leave our health and our wellness into the hands of the companies, and we need to do research, like you said, and find out what works for us and what doesn't. So wow, kudos to you. Like you guys, you were really young when you took that personal responsibility and really dove in and found out what doesn't work for you and what works for you. So what happened to the acnes?
Well, yeah, from there, my acne really started to clear up because I think the milk and the dairy was a big problem specifically for my constitution. So once my acne started to clear up, I just went full force healthy, and I started really dialing in my nutrition and dialing in my products that I use for my face and for my body, natural products. And at that point, my acne over the next year and a half really started to clear up. I balanced out my hormones, and I got really healthy, great, and I have great skin now, and I am so blessed.
That's good.
That's when he became a fitness model.
Yeah, that's when I started modeling when I was like 18, 19, when my acne cleared up. I started looking a lot better. And now I really have extremely healthy skin. Like Genevieve even notices how fast it recovers from scars or from cuts. And yeah, it's a blessing to be able to live in a body like this once you have worked with exactly what's good for you.
So I'm assuming when Genevieve fell in love with you, the acnes were cleared up.
I would have fallen in love anyways.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit older than her, so yeah, I was already clear by the time I met her. I wouldn't have even had the confidence to talk to her if I would have had the acne.
It's amazing how that affects us. That's fun. That's fun. So we're actually going to take a break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short message.
The Healthjar Vital Family System is centered on longevity and anti-aging practices. We use scientifically validated, medically sound wellness plans to support and facilitate true transformation in you and your family. Healthjar nutrition and lifestyle behavior programs have transformed the lives of hundreds of people and counting. With energy and clarity of vision of where you're going, we can maximize the longevity of your health, wealth, and environment. Are you ready? Welcome. Let's get started. Visit us at healthjar.com.
And we're back with Genevieve and AJ. Thanks, you guys. So now you started this healthy journey when you were really young, Genevieve. And so what did you continue learning?
So I kept going and became the black sheep of my family through my research and integration of all that I was learning into my life and wanting to share with the people that I love the most, right? My friends and my family.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean when you say you became the
black sheep?
Yeah.
Yes. So my friends were absolutely thrilled with my knowledge and was like, yeah, absolutely. Because when we were younger, I was like the beauty girl. Like I would say from 9 to 12, I would do little makeup on my friends. I would do little skin treatments. I was just like that little beauty friend that would tuck in your tag before we went out, wanted to make sure all my friends looked good. So they knew like I had their best interest at heart. Now with my family, this created a wall. This created a black sheep type of mentality when it came to Genevieve. They called me the food Nazi. There's all these things because to them, I was attacking their lifestyle.
Yes.
I was attacking their beliefs, right?
Yes.
And I was really just coming from my heart. And I come from a Mexican culture. Food-related illnesses are devastating to our culture. And I was speaking on this and I was just getting no love. And my mom actually was my worst client and now is my best client after 10 years. But I found out that I had to really push my education further and validate the information, unfortunately, validate it through some type of degree. And before I decided to do that, I had a life-changing experience. AJ and I were living together in Hollywood. This was 2004. I just got my real estate license. That money was supporting my research and nutrition and all that. So, the real estate job was just supporting the passion that I had. I didn't know what I was wanting to do with that other than share and live the life that I was, learning about and researching and really integrate it. But 2004, in the evening, I went out with a friend, and on our way back to the apartment, a guy a man stopped us and didn't ask. He was saying really vile things and basically opened up his car, showed us his gun, and told us to get into the car. Very quickly, I got my father's voice in my head, and he said, never, ever, ever let anyone decide the future of your life, right? And right there, that was my future, right? I'm either dead if I go inside or I take the risk and I run with my friend. And so I calmed my energy down and I actually told him that we were not interested, that we both were mothers, that he should just go on his way and that we're going home. So I calmly went, I grabbed my friend's hand and we went in back of the car to cross the street, and he fired gunshots at us with a 22 caliber. One hit my head and one hit my friend in the tummy. And it was really interesting because now that I'm a nurse, I understand why it wasn't painful, but I did not know that I got shot in the head. My hearing kind of went a little mute and muffled. I felt warmth on my head. I saw my friend's terrifying look on her face, but I didn't understand what quite had happened. And it was really interesting. The universe is just a magical place. The gate that usually does not open in my apartment building, you have to fiddle with it and do all these little things just to open it, opened right away. We went into the patio area of the apartment, and everybody, all the neighbors came down, and within seconds, ambulance, police were there. And I look at my friend, and I'm finally kind of hearing a little something, but I can see the words. I can read the words on her lips, and she's saying, "Are we going to die?" And I said, "No, we are not going to die." I had a strong feeling that I was not going to die. The things that were running through my head was a typical mother, right? Who's going to take care of my son? Who's going to drop him off and pick him up to school? I have bills to pay. I just started my job. Oh no, what's going to happen? I can't afford this. I heard the ambulance and I just thought, cha-ching.
Wow.
I don't have insurance. So they take us. I see A.J. A.J. actually comes. He had just finished his shift at work, but the police didn't let me come near him, and they didn't let him come near me. So I was actually in the ambulance alone, and we went to Cedars-Sinai. Now that night, the officials said that there was a lot of violence that night. So their ER was actually pretty packed. I came in laughing and joking.
With your headshot.
Yes. I came in laughing and joking because the staff was so wonderful. And again, not too much pain, right? Just a little bit of pressure and warmth. And I wasn't too sure what had happened yet because they hadn't told me yet. And I had a lot of hair. And I still do have a lot of hair. And so they put me on the gurney and they're talking to me. They asked me what happened. I told them. And all of a sudden, a doctor comes in, and his energy was full force. Everyone stopped joking, and he put something over my face to put me to sleep, basically. And when I wake up from surgery. And now this is the pain that was almost unbearable. When I opened my eyes, I wanted to go back under. It was unbearable pain. And then I see my mom's face at the door on the other side of the little glass, and she's just crying. And I see her face like I've never seen my mom's face, so scared. I start crying. The crying hurts my head. It's just a lot of pain. And interestingly enough, there was no rooms for me. They didn't know where to put me. And so they had to call Elizabeth Taylor. Really, they did. And ask her if I could use her room at the top floor.
What?
So I had Liz Taylor's room for about 3 weeks as I recover, with a double flat screen, two bathtubs and showers, couch, table, enough room for my 50 plus family. It was pretty cool in that sense. It was pretty cool.
Okay. Whoa. You just flew through the story, and here it's like I'm watching a movie in fast forward. Wow.
Yes.
What an incredible.
And it's not over. I lost my speech. I did not know how to speak. So as they're asking me, I'm going, which I found really funny. And they're like, "What's your name?" I'm like, and what I was what I could get muscled out of my voice box was mom. And so, "What's your name?" "Mom." "What happened to you?" "Mom." But in my head, I'm like, I got shot. But all I could say was mom. Later, I found out that in head injuries all across the world, when you can't speak because of traumatic events, the one thing that you can say is mom. So I thought that was really beautiful.
Oh, wow.
So it did take me about no. It took me 2.5 months to regain my speech, and I had speech therapy. But while I was there, and this is what made the most impact, and what really changed my life and changed me from the inside out, was the dreams that I had. Oh my goodness, the dreams that I had.
Whoa. I was actually going to ask you, Genevieve, what is keeping you alive during this time?
Yes.
Wow.
So these amazing dreams, and I had them every single night, and they were the same. And it was a canoe in this misty, misty, beautiful water. And there was a man in there. To me, he looked Aborigine with a beautiful smile and clear crystal eyes. And he would smile at me. He'd be smiling at me. And he told me telepathically that I was there to assist him. And I said, okay. And then these hands would come out of this misty water, and I would grab these hands, I would touch these hands, and I would bring them onto this small canoe. But this canoe had room for everybody, and it just didn't make sense because it was such a small canoe. And oh my goodness, everyone that I touched, I was connected to. And it was so beautiful. And I felt like the magic and everything, and the safety and everything, and the love and everything. And every day that I woke up, I knew that this happened for a reason. The person that shot me, we were brothers and sisters. He helped me. I love him. I forgive him. I forgave him the moment it happened. I know that he taught me that I was in a place that was low vibration, low frequency, and it's the only way we were able to find each other. We were on the same channel, and hurt people, and I was there with him, and I'm not anymore. And I have to say that it's because of him. And it just gave me an immense love and appreciation for everything and everyone in my life, and that everything happens for my benefit. And I am here to serve. Yeah.
Whoa. Wow, what a lesson. Oh my goodness. Genevieve.
Yes.
Okay, you just... I'm just going to take a breath here. Thank you.
Yes.
Wow. You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
I don't know too many people who can go through an ordeal like this and come out this way. And you say you knew that the moment you got shot. You forgave him the moment you got shot.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. And so you changed as a result of this thing that a lot of people would look at and live in hatred and this desire for vengeance for their entire life. Yes. You came out thinking you're grateful for this.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, yes.
It changed your direction.
It changed my direction in my field, yes. And I don't let anyone speak badly. Most people, their first reaction is, "How dare did they catch him? Did they do?" I'm like, the universe takes care of anything. That I let to God. But no, please do not speak negatively about this man. This man changed my life for the good, and I wish him nothing but love and happiness.
And because of the incident, Genevieve shifted her whole career, and I could have her share that with you. She was working as a top real estate agent in Hollywood, like selling $1 million houses. And so that's like a really good career. But as soon as this happened, I'll let her share with you. It shifted her whole focus.
Yeah, I wanted to pay it forward. I felt like the staff at Cedars-Sinai was amazing. The doctors were amazing. This is where Western medicine absolutely is crucial for things like this, situations like this. At the same time, as soon as I finished nursing school, I went into an accelerated course, and I was eager to get back into the hospital so that I could pay it forward, and found out, unfortunately, what I wanted to do and my dream and my passion of preventative medicine, nutrition, lifestyle, and all those things were just not wanted in the hospital and Western medicine. So I actually got scolded a lot. And for about 6 months, I dreaded going to work. I felt like I wasn't contributing to anything. I was just giving medicines or drugs, and I was taking orders. I wasn't doing what I knew I could do. So I left and got into the med spas and found my audience there, where I can really integrate beauty and health in all aspects and speak about my story and change lives in that way, in that platform.
Wow. And there's so much I still want to find out. Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. This is amazing. You brought tears to my eyes. It's a different perspective, Genevieve. It's a grand perspective. We're just going to take a break and hear this short message, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
MetroMed is a regenerative medical clinic located in Los Angeles that specializes in hormone therapy. For over 30 years, Dr. Martin has helped patients with hormone imbalance, the onset of menopause, along with other regenerative anti-aging treatments such as PRP or platelet-rich plasma. Learn more about our services by visiting our website at www.metromed.com or give us a call at 323-285-5300. That's 323-285-5300.
And we're back with Genevieve and A.J. I want to spend some time with A.J. and find out what A.J. does to help people. And one thing that really resonated with me was the fact that you, A.J., you have a passion in helping men and fathers to become authentic leaders in their communities and their families. Why this passion, A.J.? Where does it come from? Why is it important to you?
Well, this passion was actually inspired from my lifestyle, because growing up, like I could say, like the Rethink Fit initiative is how I frame it now. It's because Rethink Fit inspired me to rethink fatherhood. So over the last 6-7 years, we've been working with the Rethink Fit. I wanted to actually be the best provider and presider that I could. So bringing home, we don't go out and hunt anymore as men. We go out and bring stuff into the house, like products and food and nutrition. So if you're going to go, instead of going out and hunting, when you go out, you got to bring stuff in, because you're the one that brings it all in. So it's the father's responsibility. And I think we've lost that a little bit, because we do not provide the nutrition anymore with the hunting and the gathering. It just kind of comes in through society. So I think it's a father's responsibility to step in between and really be an example for the kids. Because growing up, fatherhood to me was always the hardworking, strong, silent type. The nurturing, the nutrition, the emotional aspects were left up to the women in my family. That left me missing something of my father, I think. So I now could identify what that was, the divine harmony of the masculine and feminine energy. And so I needed that strong male energy in myself. And so I wanted to implement that with my children through conscious parenting. So I developed a mission to assist men to have a breakthrough and inspire the families they love. Really meaningful, positive vitality evolution. I'm trying to trendset fatherhood to be a lifestyle that focuses on healthy body, mind, and financing, while providing the emotional connection to what's going on with our nutrition and how to seamlessly integrate a healthy longevity lifestyle into one's own house and bring that home as a father. Because my goal is for men to grow to the grandest version of themselves with optimal nutrition, mobility, and mindset. And I do this by bringing enhanced systems for living. So I teach men systems for living. I teach them patterns, I teach them habits. I've been able to do this because I feel that Healthjar, which is our business that we've developed together, I could really reignite these men and make them super dads, the weekend warriors, the former athletes. All these men had this in them at one time. And I want to help them unlock that potential and help them bring awareness to their optimal nutrition. And so they could have the tools and the education they need to protect their families from negative influences. I want to take them out of the Stone Age when it comes to nutrition, and I want to reignite and create a completely sustainable home infusing healthy lifestyle and longevity practices. That's my passion with men right now, because I think that men have to take one thing into perspective, and I'll leave it at this, is everything they bring into the house, like products or nutrition or food, was actually developed by other men and other people. So they might not always have the best interests in mind. So it's our responsibility as a man to help protect our family from other men and other people, to make sure their interests and their products are ideal for what we like to integrate.
You're changing the world one father at a time, AJ.
I'm loving it. Yeah, I really am loving it. I am. And I have clients that are working with me maybe 3 or 4 months, and they're coming back with, wow, I am so amazed. My wife's like amazed. People are asking me, I want to look like you when I'm 50, when I'm 60 years old. And so I'm just really getting great feedback. It's amazing.
I mean, as you're talking, I was envisioning, what my life would have been like if my father had this knowledge.
Yes.
And the will to actually live that kind of lifestyle. What a difference that would have made in my life.
Yes.
And so many families can use a father figure like that. This is great. And you know what? I feel like there's a little bit of a resistance when it comes to men to change. Do you agree with that? Yeah. Why is that, AJ?
Absolutely. Well, I could speak for myself. I guess I've always have a sense of knowing, like an inner gnosis when it came to health. Once it started triggering me, when it comes to other father and other men, I think part of it has to do with they're embarrassed that they don't actually have the tools, and so they just pretend like they know it all. They just pretend like what they have is sufficient and the knowledge they have is sufficient, and they never really seek any more. I think it's been kind of a collapse in the male polarity, the male strength, when it comes to being a provider and a presider of your family. We have more go to work, make money, and then that's it. Like it's kind of like falling off like that. So I think it's just not in men's wheelhouse. Like they don't understand nutrition. They've never learned and stuff. So they just feel embarrassed and just don't want to go there because that's what their resistance is. I think they just don't know. They just don't know what they don't know.
That's so true. We don't know what we don't know, but when we know better, we do better.
Yes.
So, Genevieve, what does it mean to you to have a husband who is a leader, a true leader when it comes to all of these different aspects? So not just a provider, not just a father figure, but really strong like AJ is. What does that mean to you and your kids?
Just like you, it seems like we both didn't grow up with that type of father. It would have made all the difference in our lives. Yes, me being a teenage mom probably wouldn't have happened if I had that strong dynamic in the family. And my mom had to be both father and mother. It means everything. It means the future. It means my son doesn't have to have these type of challenges. Yes, he's going to have different challenges, but he's going to have the tools. He's going to treat women and treat people with respect and kindness. And this new world that we're looking at, this golden age that we're in, this 5D, this high frequency, high vibration, we're going to fit right in place, right? We're going to bring that heaven down to earth. That's what we're meant to be. That's what it was meant to do and be. And I'm so excited, especially for the youngest one in the family, our son Mateo being 2. I mean, anything is possible now. Anything is possible. It brings amazing joy to my heart that he gets to have both of his parents, and that we're gonna be together. We're in it for the long haul.
Oh my gosh, just listening to you guys brings hope to the future generations. Right, because
Yes.
like I said, you AJ, you're changing the world one father at a time. Genevieve, you're changing the world one woman at a time. But at the same time, it's not just those people you're impacting; is everyone else they touch. And this is huge. The ripple effect is
the ripple.
huge. And so I want to congratulate both of you. And that's why I called you the super couple. And so, okay, so let's talk about Healthjar before we go, because that's your business, and that's a combined effort with the both of you. First of all, the name is awesome, Healthjar.
Yay.
Like that's like so simple to me. Okay, I'm gonna get a jar, and it's gonna
With all that healthy stuff in it,
right? Yes, and I'm just gonna open it, and I'm gonna pour it all over my family, and we're So
that's a great visual.
So what do you guys offer? So if someone were to contact you, what would you offer?
Okay, well, our Healthjar Vitality Family System is basically centered on longevity and anti-aging protocols and practices. We also teach procedures, and we have our goal is for humanity to grow to the grandest version of itself with optimal nutrition, mobility, and mindset. And so we coined those the 3 health pillars. And so our coaching protocols are all based on those 3 health pillars: nutrition, mobility, and mindset. And so we develop a 1 month, 3 month, but if you really want to make positive change and be 10 years younger inside and out, look 10 years younger, we have a 1-year protocol that we bring you through. And after that, you actually learn what's good for your body. We give you the test, the blood test, the gut test, whatever test is necessary to test your body and see what's good for your body, so you could step away from that year with ultimate understanding of your nutrition and what works for you. And you pretty much could go on with all the education that we gave you, that we know now you have, and you're able to move forward from there.
And that relationship is a lifelong relationship. So once you're in any of our programs, we are friends and family for life. And the more we learn, the more you get to learn. And this is a lifelong journey.
And that's what we do is we are constantly learning and vetting products and on the edge of this world with longevity, anti-aging. And so we seek out all the new types of anything coming out from that world, and then we test it, and you could trust us because we have the integrity to go through and make sure it is natural, it's healthy, and it'll work for you. And that's what we do now. And so we constantly on the search for the newest, latest, and greatest, and we're integrating all the stuff into our programs and constantly evolving, growing like health.
And with that said, a lot of our knowledge is ancient, brand new, right? It's ancient, old, brand new. It's really just coming back to the common sense, natural, humanistic habits and patterns, the way we used to live, where that modern industry kind of pulled out. We're going to bring back that ancient knowledge, that common sense, that seasonal, whole food, living, raw water, environment, breathing, laughter, all those things that we've kind of put on to the curb waste because we're working so much and we're all on automatic.
And when it comes to, sorry to interrupt, when it comes to ancient, old, brand new, I just wanted to share that over the last 25 years, we are really going through a paradigm shift for the first time in modern medicine. The science of phytochemistry is new, and the ancient art of naturopathy is old, but they are being practiced in a way that has never been possible before in human history, and they are being merged together. And our holistic approach emphasizes the need to look at the whole person when creating a treatment plan. By creating a naturalized individual plan that works with your lifestyle, results are proven effective and long-lasting.
For people who want to reach out to you, what's the best way?
The best way to reach out to us would be to go to powermoves.healthjar.com, fill out your email, and we will send you the free PDF of power moves that you could start implementing into your life. There are 3 exercises that are really effective for your whole body. And from there, we could get in touch and talk.
You guys have a strong message. And so if you could word that message in a simple sentence, Genevieve, what is your message?
I want to inspire and motivate individuals to fall in love with taking care of themselves. Just as hurt people hurt, love people love. And so once you really, truly fall in love with yourself, the love that you give out is authentic and the ripples are endless.
So good. So good. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Awesome. So, reach out to these guys, powermoves.healthjar.com, and get started on this amazing journey of getting to the best health possible. And start living your best life because it's worth it. You're worth it.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you being here today.
And
my gosh, thanks for sharing your stories with us. And thank you so much for giving so much of yourself so that the rest of the world can live better. Thank you for shining your light so that the rest of us could walk. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
And thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of Rethink Fit and Grow podcast. Hope that you got as much inspiration from this talk as I did. You've been listening to Genevieve Burciaga and A.J. Quevedo from Healthjar. Have a blessed day. You have been listening to another episode of Rethink Fit and Grow podcast, and I'm your host, Della Fatui. Until next time.